Once upon a time, in a far-off land, there was a grand castle where lived a prince with a heart as cold as the stone walls around him. Due to a curse cast by an enchantress, he was transformed into a fearsome beast, and his castle and all within it were forgotten by the world outside, hidden behind an enchanted forest. Not far from this hidden castle, in a quaint little village, lived a bright and cheerful young girl named Belle. Belle was unlike any other girl in the village. She had a vivid imagination and a love for stories that took her on adventures far beyond the village boundaries. Her father, Marcel, was a dedicated cartographer whose detailed maps and tales of distant lands were often met with skepticism by the villagers.
Let them laugh, Belle.
Marcel would say with a twinkle in his eye.
Our maps lead to adventures they can scarcely dream of.
One day, Marcel set off to explore a new region, hoping to chart the unmarked territories that lay beyond their home. Equipped with his compass and parchment, he ventured into the dense forest, but soon found himself ensnared by its enchanting mysteries and lost his way, eventually stumbling upon the hidden castle. Driven by an explorer's curiosity, he entered, only to be captured by the beast. When Marcel did not return, Belle, fraught with worry for her beloved father, headed off on a quest to find him, guided by the stars and the maps he taught her to read. Belle's journey led her through the winding paths of the forest, where the trees whispered secrets and the wind seemed to guide her way.
"Father, where are you?"
Belle called out, her voice echoing through the eerie silence of the thick forest. In time, she came across the enchanted castle as she approached. A sense of dread washed over her, but her determination to find her father pushed her forward. As Belle cautiously stepped inside the castle's grand but eerie entrance hall, her eyes widened in awe and fear. The castle, shrouded in shadows and silence, seemed to watch her every move. It was then that she encountered the beast for the first time. Towering over her, with his fierce eyes and imposing presence, the beast's voice boomed through the hall, demanding to know why she trespassed. Belle, trembling but resolute, spoke of her search for her father, her voice echoing in the vast, empty space. The meeting was tense and fraught with fear, yet Belle's resolve did not waver, even as she stood before the creature that held Marcel captive.
"Please, I mean no harm. I'm just looking for my father,"
Belle pleaded. Inside the castle, Belle found her father imprisoned in a cold, dark cell. She pleaded with the beast to let him go, offering herself in her father's place.
"Take me instead. Please, free my father,"
Belle proposed with a courage she didn't know she had. The beast, taken aback by Belle's bravery and selflessness, agreed under one condition. Belle must stay in the castle forever. Despite her fear, Belle saw a glimmer of sadness in the beast's eyes that no one else seemed to notice. She agreed to the terms, and Marcel was set free, leaving with a heavy heart, fearful for his daughter's fate.
Be brave, Belle. I know there's more to him than meets the eye.
Marcel said, parting from his daughter with a heavy heart. The beast instructed his devoted servants, a kind-hearted housekeeper named Mrs. Claremont, her cheerful young assistant named Charlie, a spirited butler named Lucian, and a stern steward named Mr. Hawthorne, to attend to Belle's needs. Despite their peculiar personalities, Belle found friendship and warmth in these unlikely companions. Mrs. Claremont greeted Belle with a warm smile.
"Welcome, mademoiselle. We shall make your stay as pleasant as possible."
As days turned into weeks, Belle and the beast began to spend more time together. She discovered that beneath his fearsome exterior, the beast had a kind heart and was a victim of circumstances beyond his control. They shared meals, read books from the vast library, and walked in the magical gardens under the moonlight.
"You've opened my eyes to a world I'd forgotten,"
the beast confessed, sharing a moment of vulnerability with Belle. One day, Belle expressed a desire to see her father, worrying for his well-being. The beast, realizing his deep feelings for Belle, led her to a magic mirror that could show her anything she wished to see. Through the mirror, Belle saw her father sick and weak, struggling to make his way back to the castle to save her. Torn between her promise to the beast and her love for her father, Belle was faced with a difficult choice. Sensing her distress, the beast gave her the freedom to go to her father, asking only that she remember him.
Go to him, Belle. Your happiness is more important than my curse.
The beast said selflessly, offering her freedom.
I will never forget you.
Belle promised, her voice thick with emotion as she departed. Belle rushed to her father's side, nursing him back to health, but her heart ached for her friend, the beast. She missed the laughter, the conversations, and the quiet moments they had shared. She realized that she had come to care for the beast, not for the way he looked, but for the gentle soul hidden within.
My heart is torn, Papa. I care for him deeply.
Belle confided in Marcel, torn between her duty and her heart. Meanwhile, back in the village, Pierre, a boastful and arrogant hunter who sought Belle's hand in marriage, rallied the villagers with tales of a monstrous beast holding Belle captive. Fueled by fear and Pierre's persuasion, they set off to storm the castle and rescue Belle, unaware of the truth of her feelings and the bond she had formed with the beast.
We must save Belle from that monster.
Pierre declared, igniting a fire of vengeance among the villagers. As the mob approached the castle, the enchanted servants prepared to defend their home and their master, leading to a confrontation filled with chaos and confusion. Belle, learning of the impending danger, knew she had to return to the castle to reveal the truth and protect the beast, who had shown her nothing but kindness.
I must return. He needs me.
Belle said, setting off to the castle with a determined heart. Her heart pounded with fear and hope, knowing that the fate of the beast and the enchanted castle rested in her hands.
I'm coming, Beast. Hold on.
Belle whispered to herself as she pushed through the forest. Belle's return to the castle was met with a mix of relief and dread. The once silent and foreboding castle was now alive with the sounds of battle, as the villagers, led by Pierre, clashed with the enchanted inhabitants. The air was filled with the clash of metal and the shouts of men, a stark contrast to the peace and understanding she had left behind. In the heart of the castle, Belle found the beast, weary and wounded, locked in a fierce duel with Pierre. The hatred in Pierre's eyes was met with the pained defiance in the beast's. Belle's heart ached at the sight, knowing that the gentle soul she had come to know was trapped in this nightmare because of her. Belle called out to the beast, her voice cutting through the chaos. The distraction was enough for Pierre to gain the upper hand, but before he could deliver a final blow, the beast's attention shifted and he overpowered Pierre, deciding at the last moment to spare his life. Pierre's pride, however, would not allow him to accept mercy. In a final act of treachery, he wounded the beast fatally before losing his balance and falling into the abyss below. Belle rushed to the beast's side, her tears falling onto his wounds. She confessed her love for him, not as the beast he appeared to be, but for the kind and noble heart he possessed within. As she spoke, the castle trembled, and a magical light enveloped the beast and Belle.
Don't leave me, please. I love you.
Belle sobbed, holding the beast close as the magic began to work. The curse, fueled by love's true kiss, lifted, and the beast transformed back into the prince he once was. The castle and its inhabitants were restored to their former glory, no longer hidden from the world, but shining brighter than ever. Belle's love had broken the spell, not only on the prince, but on the castle's inhabitants too. The villagers, witnessing this miraculous transformation, realized the error of their ways, and the fear that had led them to the castle gates dissolved into awe and repentance. Belle and the prince, united by a love that had weathered fear and darkness, stood before their friends and family, a testament to the power of understanding and compassion.
This is where I belong, with you.
Belle said, her eyes shining with tears of joy as she looked into the prince's eyes. In time, the castle became a place of gathering, where people from all over the land came to learn of the magic that love, acceptance, and kindness could wield. Belle, with her adventurous spirit, and the prince, with his newfound wisdom, led their kingdom into an era of peace and prosperity, where stories of the brave girl and the beast who was a prince were told and retold, inspiring generations to come.
And so, we begin a new chapter.
The prince said, taking Belle's hand, ready to face the future together. And so they lived happily ever after, in a world where beauty is found within and love has the power to transform the darkest of curses into the brightest of futures. The end.